Welcome students. Today our topic is gas turbine power plant. Previously we discussed about thermal power plant and nuclear power plant. Gas turbine have been used for electricity generation in the period of peak electricity demand. When we have a peak electricity demand, we can get electricity from the gas turbine power plant. Gas turbine can be started and stopped quickly, enabling them to be brought into services as required to meet energy demand peaks. Small unit sizes and their low thermal efficiency restricted the opportunities for their wider use for electricity generation. Gas turbine have the thermal efficiency is about 20 to 30% compared with the modern steam power plants, which is have the efficiency of 38 to 40%. In future, it is possible to construct efficiency in and around approx 45%. The gas turbine have the following field applications like power generation, oil and gas in gas industry, aviation and in marine propulsions. A gas turbine is used in aviation and marine field because it is self-contained, lightweight, not required cooling water and fit into the overall shape of the structure. It is fit into the structure of like a submarine, and in aviation like in a plane it is fit in the structure. It is selected for the power generation because of its simplicity. It is too simple, so it is used for the electricity generation as well. Lack of cooling water requirement in this, need quick installation and quick starting. So it is can be start very quickly, and the installation timing is too much less compared to the other power plant. It is used in oil and gas industry because of cheap supply of fuel and low installation cost. The limitation of the gas turbine power plant or gas turbine, they are not self-starting. It has a very low efficiency parts, and it has a very low efficiency at load, non-reversibility, higher rotor speed and low overall plant efficiency. Because of these drawbacks or the limitation, the efficiency of the gas turbine power plant is very low. Now you see the typical diagram or a typical block diagram of a gas turbine power plant. We have a air compressor here, and we inlet one air from in this air compressor. Air compressor sucks the environment air and compress it, and then get to the combustion chamber. The in the combustion chamber, the fuel is inserted and it combusts. Then this hot gas is we impact on the turbine, and when they impact on the turbine rotates, and this turbine when it's rotated, it is mechanically coupled to the our generator, and our generator produces the electricity. The exhaust gases are evaporated in the environment. This is the cross section of the gas turbine. So the first point here, it is the inlet section, and second point is here it is show the compressor. Third point here, it is a combustion system. Fourth is turbine, and fifth exhaust system, and sixth is the exhaust diffuser. Now this is again cross sectional view of a gas turbine. You can easily understand by the here is a shaft, compressor is there, combustion chamber in between them, and the turbine is there where we can impact the hot gases, and finally the hot gases will be evaporated in the environment. Now it is the schematic arrangement of a simple gas turbine power plant. We already tell you about that we have a compressor. The compressor take the air from the atmosphere by the use of filter, and then this compressed air will be get into the combustion chamber. The fuel will be get in the combustion chamber and the combustion occur, and the hot gases will be impact on the turbine, and the turbine rotates and the alternator producing the electricity, and the hot gas, the gases, the exhaust gases will be get in the atmosphere. Now, gas turbine plant is defined as in which the principle of the prime mover is of the turbine and the working medium is a permanent gas. A simple gas turbine plant consists of turbine, compressor, combustor, auxiliary devices like starting device, lubricating pumps, fuel pumps, oil system, duct system, etc. The working fluid is compressed in a compressor which is generally rotary multi-stage type. Heat is added to the compressor fluid in the combustion chamber. This high energy fluid at a high temperature and pressure then expands in the turbine, thereby generating power. Then it is expand in the turbine, then the turbine start rotating. So the generator produce electricity. Part of the energy generated is consumed in driving the compressor and accessories, and the rest is utilized in electrical energy. The pressure, the general term for the gas turbine is the pressure ratio. It is the ratio of cycle highest to its lowest pressure. Higher pressure at compressor discharge and lowest pressure at compressor in let pressure. Working ratio, it is the ratio of net working output to the total work developed in the turbine. Air ratio, kilogram of air entering the compressor inlet per unit of cycle net output, that is that is a term in kilogram per kilowatt hour. Compressor efficiency, it is the ratio of work needed for ideal air compressor through a given pressure range to work actually used by the compressor. Engine efficiency, it is defined as it is a ratio of work actual developed by the turbine expanding hot power gas through a given pressure range to that would be yielded for ideal expansion condition. Next is our combustion efficiency. It is the ratio of heat actually released by 1 kilogram of fuel to heat that would be released by complete perfect combustion. And finally, thermal efficiency, it is the percentage of total energy input appearing as net work output of the cycle. Now, when we classify our gas turbine, it is generally we can classify into two categories, that is aeroderivative and industrial. Aeroderivative units are aircraft, jet engines modified to drive electrical generator, have a maximum output of 40 megawatt. These can produce full power within 3 minutes after startup. They are not suitable for base load operation. These turbines are not suitable for the base load operation. Next is industrial gas turbine range is in size up to more than 260 megawatt, depending upon size. Startup can take from 10 to 40 minutes to produce full output. The industrial gas turbine, well, it is dependent upon size. They will take 10 to 40 minutes to give the full output. Industrial gas turbine have lower capital cost per kilowatt installed than aeroderivative unit, and because of their more robust construction, they are suitable for base load operation. Now, when we classify it into in a broad way, the gas turbine and into a various field, like from as per their application, they are For the aircraft application, it has for the jet propulsion and prop jets. For the stationary, they are used as a peak load units, standby units, end of transmission line units, base load unit, and industrial unit. And other are locomotive, marine, transport. As per the cycles, it is classified into three categories, that is open cycle, closed cycle, and semi-closed. According to the arrangement, they are simple arrangement, single shaft arrangement, multi-shaft arrangement, intercooled, reheat, regenerative, and combustion arrangement. According to the combustion, they are classified into two categories, continuous combustion and intermediate combustion. By fuel, they are categorized into solid fuel, liquid fuel, and gaseous fuel. Classification of the gas turbine are as per the constant pressure combustion gas turbine and constant volume combustion gas turbine. Aeroderivative units are aircraft jet engine modified to drive electrical generator, have a maximum output of 40 megawatt. These can produce full power within 3 minutes after the startup. They are not suitable for base load operation. The aeroderivative units which are used in the aircraft jet engines, we are used for the electric generation also. The industrial gas turbine range is size up to more than 260 megawatt. I already told about that thing, that depending upon the size, they can start up in 20 to 10 to 40 minutes to give the full output, and they are suitable for the base load operation. They are robust in the construction. The advantage of the gas turbine power plant over the diesel power plants are they are work developed per kg of air is more than diesel power plant, less vibration due to perfect balancing and non-reciprocating parts, less space requirement, capital cost is less, higher mechanical efficiency, running speed of the turbine is large. So it has a various advantages over the diesel power plant. The advantage of a gas turbine over of a diesel power plant are including lower installation and maintenance cost, torque characteristics of turbine plants are better than diesel plants, ignition and lubrication systems are simpler, specific fuel consumption does not increase with time in gas turbine power plant rapidly in diesel plant. Poor quantity fuel can be used. Lightweight with reference to weight to power ratio is less for gas turbine power plant. Smoke less consumption is achieved in gas power plant. Disadvantage of the gas turbine power plant over diesel power plant are poor part load efficiency. Special metal and alloys are required for different components. Special cooling method required for cooling of turbine blades, short life, and the overall the thermal efficiency is low. In summarize, we can say that the efficiency of the gas turbine power plant is less or lower than the diesel power plant. Wide operation speeds, the fuel control is difficult for the wide operation in the gas turbine power plant. The wide operation control is difficult. Need to have speed reduction devices for higher operating speed of turbine. The speed regulation reduction devices we needed. Difficult to start a gas turbine as compared to diesel engine. Manufacturing of blade is difficult and they are costly. Same output gas turbine produces the 5 times the exhaust gases than IC engine. Now the the gas turbine power plant has some advantages over steam power plant, like no ash handling. In steam power plant we have too much difficult to handling our ash, which is a waste of the steam power plant, so there is no need to handling of ash in gas turbine power plant. Low capital cost and running cost, definitely. Space requirement is less, it is too much less space requirement as compared to the steam power plant. Fewer auxiliaries are required and can be built relatively quicker. So it can be built or a gestation period of a gas turbine power plant is too much less than the steam power plant. Can brought on load quickly to support peak load when we required. At the time of the peak load we can use gas turbine power plant, so it can be used quickly. Thermal efficiency of the gas turbine is higher than steam when working on hot temperature. Gas turbine plant quite economical for short running hours. Storage of fuel is smaller and handling is easy. The fuel in a thermal power plant is cold, we have to requirement too much space, and after that before burning the coal we are going through a further process in that, so we have a requirement too much space, so and handling is too much complicated. So for in compared to the in a gas turbine power plant it is too much simple and easy. Less cooling water required for gas turbine plant compared to steam, where too much less water is required. Weight per HP is far less, can be installed anywhere. Yes, the gas turbine power plant can be installed anywhere irrespective of the steam power plant. Control of gas turbine is much easier than the steam power plant. When we look to the working of the gas turbine power plant, I already told that air is compressed or squeezed to a high pressure by a compressor. Then fuel and compressed air are mixed in the combustion chamber and ignited. Hot gases are given off which spin the turbine wheel. Gas turbine burns fuel as oil, natural gas and pulverized coal. Gas turbine have three main parts, that is air compressor, combustion chamber and the turbine. The air compressor and turbine are mounted at either end on a common shaft with the combustion chamber between them. Gas turbine are not self-starting. A starting motor is required to start a gas turbine. The air compressor sucks in the air and compress it, thereby increase its pressure. By compress the air, the pressure of the air is increased, and this compressed air goes to the combustion chamber. The axial flow of compressor are used in gas turbine installation. An axial flow compressor consists of a series of rotor and rotor stage with decreasing diameter along the flow of air. The blades are fixed on the rotor and the rotors are fixed on the shaft. The stator blades are fixed on the stator casing. The stator blades guided the airflow to the next rotor stage coming from the previous rotor stage. The airflow along the axis of the rotor. The kinetic energy is given to the air as it passes through the rotor, and part of it is converted into pressure. An axial compressor is capable of delivering the constant volume of air over varying discharge pressure. These are well suited for large capacities at moderate pressure if the impeller of the centrifugal compressor is designed to give an axial component of velocity at exit. The design become a mixed flow type. Now it is the arrangement of the combustion or a combustion chamber or a combustor. The air is coming from that and the fuel inline is there. So in that particular area the compressed air is coming, and from this the fuel is coming, then here it is combustion, and the gases will be go to the other block. Now, in the combustion chamber, the compressed air combined with fuel and the resulting mixture is burned. The greater the pressure of air, the better the fuel air mixture burns. Moderate gas turbine usually are liquid fuel, but they may also use gaseous fuel, natural gas, or gas produced artificially by gasification of solid fuel. Hot gases move through a multi-stage gas turbine. Like in steam turbine, the gas turbine also has stationary and moving blades. The stationary blades guided the moving gases to the rotor blades, adjusting its velocity, and the shaft of the turbine is coupled to the generator. Now, when we go through the types of the gas turbine power plant, we have generally two type of gas turbine power plant. These are the open cycle gas turbine power plant and closed cycle gas turbine power plant. In the open cycle power plant, the atmosphere air is charged into the combustor through a compressor, and the exhaust of the turbine also discharged to the atmosphere. The exhaust gases of the turbine will be exhaust to the atmosphere. And in the closed turbine power plant, the mass of the air constant of another suitable gas used as working medium circulates through the cycle over and over and over and again. Now, for the open cycle gas power plant, gas turbine usually operates on an open cycle. Here you can see the block diagram of the open cycle gas power plant. Here it is the compressor, and it is a combustion chamber. The fuel is there, the combustion occur in this combustion chamber, and the hot gases are impact on the turbine. Then the output we get on the turbine. The turbine is coupled to the mechanically coupled to a generator, and we get the electricity, and the exhaust gases is evaporate in the environment. So air at ambient condition is drawn into the compressor, where its temperature and pressure are raised. The high pressure air proceeds into the combustion chamber, where the fuel is burned at constant pressure. The high temperature gases then entering the turbine, where they expand the atmospheric pressure while producing power output. The methods of improvement of thermal efficiency of open cycle gas turbine is regenerating or a regenerator, intercooling, and reheating. By adopting these three, we can improve the thermal efficiency of the open cycle gas turbine power plant. Now, for the regenerator, the exhaust gases from the turbine carry a large quantity of heat with them, since their temperature is far above the ambient temperature. They can be used heat air coming from the compressor, where there by reducing the mass of fuel supplied in the combustion chamber. So the regenerator is there. Before, in the combustion chamber, the compressed air is heated. It is a structure of the regenerator. A compressor utilizes the major percentage of power developed by the gas turbine. The work required by the compressor can be reduced by compressing the air in two stages and incorporation or intercooling between the two. So this is a intercooler are imparted between the two turbines. This is a structure of a intercooler. Here we have a water inlet in this part and the water output from this. From the circulation of water, the air will be cooled. For the reheating, the output stages of gas turbine can be improved by expanding the gases in two stages with a reheater between the two. The high pressure turbine gives the compressor and the low pressure turbine provides useful power output by providing the reheating. It is the structure of the closed cycle gas turbine. The compression and the expansion process remains the same, but the combustion process is replaced by the constant pressure heat addition process from the external source. The exhaust process is replaced by a constant pressure heat rejection process to the ambient air. Now, it is a structure of a closed cycle gas turbine power plant. A closed cycle gas turbine is a turbine in which the air or a working gas is circulated continuously within the turbine. In the compression, the exhaust gases from the turbine is heat bypasses to the heat exchanger to cool exhaust gases, and they are again reused. So, it is a closed cycle gas turbine. The component of this turbine are compressor, heating chamber, gas turbine which drives the generator and compressor, and a cooling chamber. The closed cycle gas turbine works on the principle of Joule's or Brayton cycle. In this turbine, the gas is compressed and then passed into a heating chamber. The compressor generally used is of the rotary type. The compressed air is heated with the help of some external source and then made to flow over the turbine. The turbine is used here of a reaction type. The gas, while flowing over the blades of the turbine, get expanded from the turbine. The gas is passed to the cooling chamber. Here the gas is cooled at constant pressure with the help of circulating water to its original temperature. Now the gas is again made to flow through the compressor to repeat the process. Here the same gas is circulated again and again in the working of closed cycle turbine. It is the structure of an open cycle turbine, so you can easily differentiate the closed cycle and the open cycle. Here no feedback or a reuse of air or a gas is there. So a simple open cycle gas turbine consists of a compressor, combustion chamber and a turbine as shown figure. The compressor takes it ambient fresh air and raises its pressure. Heat is added to the air in the combustion chamber by burning the fuel and raises temperature. Fresh air enter into the compressor and gases coming out of the turbine are exhausted into the atmosphere. The working medium needed to be replaced continuously. This type of cycle is known as open cycle gas turbine plant. Now, merits and demerits of closed loop cycle turbine over open loop cycle turbine. These are higher thermal efficiency, reduced size, the closed cycle is reduced, no contamination, improved heat transmission because we are reusing the heat transmission is improved, lesser fluid frictions, no loss in working medium, greater output and inexpensive fuel. And the demerits are complexity. Yes, the closed cycle are complex. Large amount of water cooling is required. There is cooling medium is there. We are required to cool our gases, so the cooling medium is involved in this. So large amount of water is required to cool it. Dependent system, not economical for moving vehicle as weight. Requires the use of very large air heater. So we require the air heater in this, so it is required. That's all for today. The next topic we are discussing in next class.